Oh, is that what we're doing?
Good morning! I haven't had any coffee yet. Welcome to Disney Vlog 4, but day 3.
Maybe.
I think.
I don't know. It might be vlog 3. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. Standing here right now, I don't know how the videos will break down.
Well, technically this is day 3 out of 4
Yep.
at Disney. And we are going to Epcot today.
Mm-hmm.
This morning at 7 a.m.
We got
laying in bed. We got our Guardians of the Galaxy. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I tried on my phone and Stuart tried on his phone. My phone errored out and Stuart was like, got it, ready to go. And this has happened multiple times, not on this trip, but like when Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, no, not Mickey, Rise. When Rise
of the Resistance.
Stuart's phone always was the phone that got the virtual queue.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is about my phone.
Maybe I just have skills that you don't have.
No way. So that's one thing we're doing today. We are also
We are group 8, so we think that's going to be pretty early to be
so
called.
we're trying to get to the park at opening, even though there's nothing we really want to rope trap. We just want to be there when our boarding group is called.
Right.
But our plan today is to kind of eat around the world and check out all that Flower and Garden has to offer. Because It is May, and that is when the Flower and Garden Festival happens. And this is our first time being at Epcot during Flower and Garden.
Right.
So along with the food, there's a few different gardens to check out. There's a butterfly thing to check out. And there are a bunch of topiaries, which we did get a sneak peek at some of them last night. But just as we were like walking by them on the way out of the park. So hopefully we'll get a chance to do some more pictures and check them out more. Yeah.
That'll be the goal. So it's going to be more of a laid-back day, just because there's not really a lot that we have to ride. But
plus my feet are hurting.
Do the normal stuff. I'm sure we'll try to get on Journey No Imagination.
Yeah.
Living with the Land, soaring if there's time. But
which I already wrote last night.
Yes, you wrote all that stuff last night. But they probably didn't hear that, but that's okay.
I wrote them last night by myself.
So yeah, just kind of a laid-back day today, and not as go as
there
yesterday
is a chance of rain today, and I noticed the highest chance was at 3-ish. So we may come back to the room like from 2 to 4, hopefully miss the rain, and then we might head back to Hollywood Studios tonight because we didn't get to do Toy Story after the sun goes down.
Yeah.
And also we did Fantasmic already, so maybe we can ride some rides with low weights during Fantasmic.
Yep.
So that's kind of our plan, and we'll see how it goes, and I hope you guys will come along with us.
So we will probably pick up next at the park.
Yeah.
So see you guys then.
Are you so excited?
I'm excited and nervous at the same time, but mostly excited.
Same.
And now that I just sucked down a nice coffee, that should be awesome.
I hope I don't throw up. I'm sure it'll be fine. Here it is.
I'm glad we're doing this now. Now we don't have to worry about like running back here at some point.
Right? Just take it easy for the rest of the day.
Way to go, Stuart, for getting that early virtual queue.
What can I say? I'm a button masher from way back.
You are. Old school button masher.
All right. We will
catch up with you
guys on
I
the
wonder
other
what
side
song
of this.
we're gonna get.
I am Nova Prime Irani Rayan, Commander of the Nova Corps. On behalf of all Xandarians, I hope you have enjoyed exploring the wonders of Xandar.
All right, guys, we just got off of Guardians. We should probably turn around so they can see the thing in the background there.
Oh, but now we're right in the sun.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not gonna work.
Incredible.
So good.
For people that are not roller coaster people, this was an amazing ride.
Ugh,
and
it was so good.
Do focus so much on what's going on around you that the ride is just an added bonus.
And I think the ride enhances the story.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
So good. Show your hand. Is it still shaking? Can you?
As I said, not a roller coaster person, but I would do this again.
And again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
People have said this is like their favorite ride in Disney, and now I understand why.
Yeah.
It was just so amazing. Our song was...
Everybody Wants to Rule the
yes,
World.
So that was our song.
Yep.
And yeah, definitely worth doing again. We were one of the first groups
Called. We were called before
to...
9 a.m. and we had literally 0 line.
Yep.
And not even a full group of people that went through it with us.
Right. And so there's footage of the queue and all that stuff. It's a long queue, but they are certainly ready for when this opens up post-virtual queue.
Yep.
For like a 6-hour wait. So
oh yeah, for sure.
Ready for that. But definitely recommend, if you can get a boarding group for this, get it. I hate to say this, I would even recommend paying the $14 a person for the lightning lane if it's a must.
You can do that.
So
if it's available.
We'll see.
Okay.
But just a great ride. Definitely recommend it.
All right, on to whatever's next.
Everybody sing along!
All right, so we rode Soarin'. Why not?
That was just a quote from Family Matters years ago.
Steve. I'm not old enough
My
for
80s
that
kids,
quote.
we know what's going on.
So we, you last thing you saw, we rode Guardians. Then we rode Soarin', which was only a 10-minute
10-minute wait, yep.
And then, while we were in line for Soarin', we did a thing.
I am a victim of the Disney consumerism. Thank you.
We bought the lightning lane for Guardians. We want to ride it again. So it was $15 a person. But it was just so good, right?
It was a great ride.
So we are headed back there at 10:45.
Which I will say, and I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, if you miss the virtual queue, it would probably be the one thing that I'm willing to give on paying extra money to Disney Garage. Yeah, especially if it's like a trip where you're here now and you don't know that you're going to get back anytime soon.
Or have another day at Epcot.
Or have another day in Epcot.
Yeah. So.
And the fact that it was still available, 10:45 was still available as a lightning lane.
10:45 was only an hour from when I booked it, so it was still relatively soon.
Which probably speaks to the crowd levels too.
Yeah,
so,
we've been really, really lucky with the crowd levels this whole
yeah, it hasn't
week.
been too bad.
Yeah, there's been a couple times when it feels a little busy, but for the most part, we're not packed shoulder to shoulder. We're not.
It's usually in the areas you would anticipate it's going to be busy, like Pandora, Toy Story Land.
We haven't even been to.
We never went into Galaxy's Edge.
But we're gonna go back there tonight, so I can get my popcorn tonight.
Right.
And maybe if Rise isn't too long, we might do Rise.
Check that out.
Yeah.
But we've done that twice, so it's not like a have to do, and it's a fun ride. But
yeah, if it's under 45 minutes, I say we do it.
Right.
Yeah, so we are gonna ride Living with the Land and then head back to Guardians of the Galaxy. After I eat my little snack, I got some healthy food to counteract all of the unhealthy food we've been eating. So yeah, we'll catch up with you after Guardians.
Are you done? I'm done.
Oh, yeah, we did Guardians for the second time. Spoiler alert.
It was all right.
It totally lived up to the hype.
No,
and we
was
got
doing better.
What song did we get this time?
Disco Inferno.
Disco Inferno. It was good. I liked
The whole
it.
ride was just incredible.
I would do it over and over and over and over again. I think it is my favorite ride in Disney.
I would agree.
Yep. So good. Luke, if you're watching this, we're gonna get you on a roller coaster in October. And Sarah, if you're watching this,
we did it twice for you.
just for you, no other reason. All right, but we got food.
Oh, and hi, Steph. We don't want to leave you out.
Steph, we'll get Luke on roller coasters so you can ride roller coasters. So we got stopped at Brunch Cot, which is one of the booths at I almost said Food and Wine, Flower and Garden, and we got shrimp and grits. We got fried French toast bites, fried cinnamon roll bites, and the Fruit Loop shake. I'm gonna start with the
Which looks very blue milkish, so I'm
yeah,
not
we'll
sure
see.
about that.
I'm gonna start with the shake because it's melting quickly. And we didn't get a straw.
It started melting. Melted.
It tastes just like drinking milk at the end of Fruit Loops. Yep. After a bowl of Fruit Loops, if you drink the milk, it's like 10 times stronger than that, but that's exactly what it tastes like. I obviously don't mind it though.
Yeah, you keep going back.
I do. Okay. Shrimp and grits.
This is one of Joel's favorites, no matter where she
I
goes.
love shrimp and grits. I hope it's good. It seems like you get a decent amount of shrimp too. We got like
It's always good.
5 pieces of shrimp. This is a really big bite. A little spicy, very savory. Let me try just the grits. They're good grits too. Peppery, which I like. And lastly, a cinnamon roll bite, and it has bacon on top.
Oh, is it filled with something?
Cream cheese.
Oh.
Surprise! That's delicious. Creamy, sweet, and salty.
And cinnamony. Is there cinnamon on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cinnamon sugar. That's really good. I give this booth an A+.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it an A+.
A+.
All right, so I'm going to start with the Fruit Loop milkshake. It just smells like Fruit Loops. You're right. It is very much like an extremely cold after Fruit Loop milkshake or milk. Not bad. It's fruity. It's cool. Definitely worth a try. I guess I'll go in the same order that you did. I'll go with some shrimp and grits. I'm indifferent to shrimp and grits. Not against, but I would order other things. So, go with a big bite here.
I think you'll like them.
That's really good. See here. There's a little bit of spice, but not too much. It's not unbearable. The grits are nice and creamy, which I think helps. Yes, this is good. I would get this again. And that says something for shrimp and grits. Alright, I'm gonna make sure I get one of these with bacon since Joel took it all off plate one. So,
It fell off.
alright. And now I won't be surprised by cream cheese food. Why do we never get napkins?
I know, right? You just gotta lick your fingers.
That is good. I will tell you this much. If you are not a huge fan of biting into just like cream cheese, you might wrestle with this, but it's good. It's not overly sweet, which is nice. I didn't even taste the bacon.
No? Oh, I tasted salt.
Let's see if I can just get a piece of bacon on it. Yeah, I think just because of the amount of flavors, it's overpowering on the bacon, but it's delicious. On a scale of 1 to 10 for this booth, I give it 5 gold stars.
And this was brunch cut.
This was brunch cot. So we're gonna finish this up. We are sitting in the Odyssey building or something. And there is another booth here that had a bunch of really delicious looking things in it. So that will be round 2.
So Stuart just got back with food from the Citrus Blossom,
Yep.
which is in the Odyssey building. And we went with the tempura shrimp and the baked brie.
I think it's an orange glazed tempura shrimp and
I think
a citrus baked brie.
it's all citrus flavors.
Yep.
So
And that's like,
it's like a decent
I
amount
think
of
the shrimp is like
right?
$7 or something, and it's like 5 or 6 in there. So
All right, well, I wonder if it's gonna be spicy. Start with the shrimp. Nope, it's delicious. There's a bit of zip. It reminds me of like orange chicken from a Chinese restaurant, but not in like a bad way,
Right.
in a good way. Okay.
the claim of spice, but not real spice.
Exactly. I'm gonna use a spoon for this one as I lick my fingers. All right, I'm gonna get an
Now we've
almond
had brie from the France Pavilion before, and
in a bread bowl.
in a bread bowl.
That was during Festival of the Arts.
Yes.
All right. That's delicious. The brie is creamy, and the glaze on it is sweet. And then you have the crunchy almond and kind of the tart blueberry. It's really good.
Okay. So what would you give the shrimp on a scale of?
Where's the poster talking trash to?
Scale of 5 orange birds.
Oh, you know, because it is reminiscent of like American Chinese food, I think 3. It's good, but I don't think I would get it again.
Gotcha.
Are we doing the brie on the same 5
Yeah, you
orange
could
birds?
do 5 orange birds.
I'm giving that one 5 orange birds.
Wow.
That one I would get again.
Wow.
It's really good.
It's cheese.
Right,
It's
but
it's cheese.
the glaze on it with the almonds and the blueberries, chef's kiss.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna dig in here with this shrimp. I'm excited if you're saying it's like Chinese food chicken, even though I know Americanized stuff is not great, but. I should have said, yeah, there is a little zip, but the orange comes through. It's a good sauce. I think it's a little crunchier than what you expect a tempura to be. Not bad, just a statement. But I think I would agree in the sense of out of 5 orange birds, I'd give this like 3 goofies. So that would be that. Not bad, not great, but worth a try.
We got napkins this time.
All right, so let's see if Joelle's accurate on this brie with the. Are these candied? Do we know?
I think so, because they're definitely sticky.
Yeah. Everything's stuck together here.
Make sure you get a blueberry.
Yes, dear. All right, here we go. That is good. It's a nice orange flavor. The crunch of the kind of almond?
Almonds, yep.
Almond and the blueberry. Yeah, it's a nice balance. If you had to choose one of these to get, definitely go with the brie. Not that these are bad, but out of, I don't know if I'd go as a 5 here. But out of 5 orange birds, 4.5 figments. All right, so we're gonna finish this up.
I know we haven't eaten much, but I might put the brie in my best of the fest.
Wow, we've only had 4 or 5 things.
But that's my favorite of everything so far.
Sorry, a lady just walked by with her kid, and I thought her kid was just going.
It was a fan.
So, I don't know that I could label anything yet right now that far, but definitely if you were picking one out of the 2, go with the brie. But if you like shrimp, give that a try too. All right, so we're gonna finish this up, and then we'll be back with whatever the next thing is that we eat.
Violet lemonade from the Pineapple Promenade. Oh, that's delicious.
Better than the Fruit Loop shake.
It's really good. Apparently the flowers are edible, but I'm not gonna try them. I'm gonna leave those for Stuart.
No flowers on them.
All right, let's swap over.
All right, Joelle saved
Here.
me the.
Your face is completely in shadow. There we go, that's
That's how I
better.
like to live my life, in shadow. They're edible, huh?
That's what they say.
That's a terrible idea. Oh, that is good.
Sweet, tart, fruity.
All those things. And a lot of times when you're talking about like violet, it's overwhelmingly floral. This is not. You get a hint of the violet, but it's just a nice, refreshing, cold drink. Better than the Fruit Loop shake. I'm running out of things here, and I shouldn't be. Out of 5 Goofies, I give it 5 Donalds.
If we're going by the Goofy standard, I give it 4 Goofies.
All right, so we're off to probably Mexico to ride the Grand Fiesta Tour. So we'll take you along on that ride, and then we'll
Figure out
decide if
what's
we're
next.
gonna eat something else after that.
There it is. There he is.
From the Bauernmarkt. It's German, I don't speak German. And this is the toasted pretzel bun. It's got black forest ham and Gruyere cheese.
I think you maybe should just pick it up and eat it.
Is that what you think? No fork? Just go for it, huh? Just do a peel and eat.
Yeah, like a bloomin' onion.
It's been sitting out of our heat lamp for a while. Yeah. Ham's kind of crunchy.
You got cheese on you. There you go.
You know, could use mustard. I'll try that. Not bad. Not one of my favorites that we've eaten so far. I would say this is easily skippable. So, but we'll finish it. Joelle's not gonna eat it. She's full.
You know what? We ate a lot of food. I'm holding out for something I really want. I don't know what that is yet.
There's mustard. And in typical fashion, we didn't get napkins.
We don't ever get napkins.
So,
I'll go get you some napkins, okay?
thanks, why, you're the best.
I know.
We'll catch you at whatever's next. Hey guys, we are doing a check-in. It is currently, what time is it?
3:30, 3:20, something like that.
It was hot today.
Yeah. You know, every day I keep thinking, oh, today's the hottest day, tomorrow will be better. And then it gets hotter the next day.
Right, so it was 91 with a feel of 107 today.
And it started off really humid, which didn't help either.
That being said, I will say the morning was extremely successful, as we
Yeah.
already mentioned. Guardians of the Galaxy was amazing.
Twice
We did that. And then we just kind of...
We decided
do?
to do one loop around World Showcase.
Right.
So we stopped at a few of the food booths, which you've already seen.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did Remy's because it was only a 35-minute wait once we got to France.
Largely to get out of the heat for about half an hour.
And actually, our little in and out of buildings and little breaks of sitting down was really nice.
Yeah. And so that would be the second time we rode Remy's this trip,
Yeah.
which was a fun little ride.
Yeah.
Then we finished out we were going to get another set of food at the Honey Bistro, but it was so hot,
And
neither of us was hungry.
Yeah, when it's so hot, you just don't feel like eating, and so...
Which is a shame, because we love the food at the booths. But,
Right.
you know, there's only so much you can put in your stomach on a hot day.
Exactly.
And I'm glad we didn't, because if we had, Joelle would have had a mess to clean up on Remy's. There's some spinning in that would not have gone well. But yeah, so we headed out of World Showcase and went to see
Journey into Imagination with Figment.
You gotta do that one at least once.
Yeah, that's a must do. It's like tough to be a bug person. I know a lot of people don't love those, but they're tradition. We enjoy them, so we do them every trip. Then we went on a Tervis tumbler hunt.
Oh, that was my bad. I thought that there would be a festival booth towards the front of the park. Like, you would think that just in case people forgot something or didn't grab what they wanted, that it would be there right before you left. Yeah, no.
Nope.
We had to walk all the way back, basically, to World Showcase.
Right.
To get the Tervis tumbler, but that's also every trip that we're here and there's a festival, I like to get the Tervis tumbler as like my souvenir for that festival.
And we'll show you what that looks like when we do the haul video after the trip.
Right.
But yeah, so that was kind of annoying. We could have sworn in the last time we were here that all of their festival merchandise they had at the Creation Shop.
Right.
They did not have it
they
there.
They only had Orange Bird stuff and not even that much.
So, yeah, what are you gonna do? You're gonna make an extra trip to World Showcase so that your wife can get a tumbler. So.
What a good husband.
That being said, we got on the bus probably around 2:30ish.
Yeah, it worked out perfectly. The bus pulled up just as we were walking back there, and they had to unload someone with like an ECV, so we made it there and
got back to the hotel around 2:45 and
and now we're just gonna hang out. My feet are barking. We're starting to get the lovely Disney rash just from the heat and the suntan lotion and the sweat and all that stuff.
Yep.
So we're just going to, we took cool showers, which helped immensely. And we're just going to chill here until probably about 6-ish. And then we're gonna head over to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, we got a dinner reservation for Hollywood and Vine.
Which I just booked on the bus ride
it was available,
back.
so we took it.
And other things to note, there were some like hard to get reservations that were available.
Yeah,
like,
Space 220 was available.
Rodeo Roundup was available. California Grill was available.
That's also, this is a lower time to go. But you're
still
looking post May 4th that week, yeah, I mean, there's a good chance to keep checking.
Yeah, if there's something you didn't get that you wanted, I
looking.
highly suggest like even the day of or the day before, because people are always dropping reservations and rebooking other
I know
things. So.
we were in line at Remy, I think, and there was a family that was talking about dropping a dinner reservation. So like, it happens. So if there's something you were really banking on but couldn't get, look, because it may show up.
And Hollywood and Vine, we've been there once before.
That was
on
our first
trip.
We were actually had a like
Fantasmic
dinner
dining
Fantasmic package, but it like poured that day,
Yeah.
and so we decided to stay in and not do the Fantasmic portion.
I think they canceled it.
I think they did too.
But so we're just doing the dining reservation, and you know you get to meet some characters, which will be fun. We'll get some good pictures, and the menu has kind of changed, you know, through COVID and all that stuff. So it'll be interesting to see if there's anything good.
Yep.
And so we have that at 7:05, and then afterwards I think we'll head to Toy Story Land so we can see that at night.
And maybe jump on Slinky Dog while everybody is piling into Fantasmic for the night.
Yeah, because that's at 9, and the park is open till 9:30, so we can get on rides right up until 9:30. And then we'll see if maybe.
However, I would like to be out of there before Fantasmic releases.
Yes, I think.
I can't do that again.
Yeah, we'll make our way, I think, to the buses like 9:15. That'll put us ahead of everybody else.
Right. Maybe a little over 9:15.
Yeah? Okay.
We'll see how it works, but yeah, I would rather get on the bus and get out of there before people start flocking to the buses. So
see how it goes.
Yeah, so I got some PTSD on that, but that's all right. But yeah, so that's our plan for tonight. We'll take you along with us to catch what we can for dinner, and if we get a chance to get on Slinky Dog and Toy Story and all that.
That would be really fun to do at night with the lights.
So with that, we're going to sign off for now, and we'll catch you guys probably at dinner.
Bye. Future Stuart and Joelle here. Because we suck at ending videos.
Terrible at ending videos. The last thing that you would have seen would basically be a check-in at 3:30 on whatever our third day of the trip was. It is now August 1st.
And that was back in May.
That was back in May. But we wanted to give just a wrap up of the video to provide what we did the rest of that day. And just our overall thoughts of the trip, I think.
I feel like we do this every trip. We do a really good job at the beginning of the trip of keeping up in the moment. And then as the trip gets on and we get more tired and more cranky, we just kind of, we just do the best we can at the end. And so apparently it's not the best.
For any of you that just go to Disney, you know how exhausting the trip is.
I posted pictures every morning of us on the bus to wherever we were going that day, and you can see the progression of the pictures where we're like, yay, Disney, to like, oh my gosh, we're so tired. It's kind of funny.
And this was a shorter trip.
Yeah, it was only 4 days.
So we do want to give you a bit of a review of what happened that evening. It did end up pouring that day. And I think it started right around 3-ish.
Yeah, we had just gotten back to the hotel, so we didn't get rain like poured on at the parks. We were back at the hotel kind of taking a break and deciding what we were gonna do that evening.
Right. But we did stick to our reservation. We braved the rain, got to the bus.
We actually made that reservation that day. When we decided to go back to Hollywood Studios that night, I said, oh, what's available for dinner? And we got into Hollywood and Vine, which isn't the greatest, but I mean, we haven't been to many restaurants at Hollywood Studios, but I would say that Hollywood Studios doesn't really have restaurants that we're like, gotta go to that restaurant.
No, not really.
So
there are some foods that are worth like seeking out. Ronto Wrap and Woody's Lunchbox isn't bad either, but there's not like a have to at
Hollywood Studios. But it was nice to see the characters at Hollywood and Vine.
Yeah.
Right? Hollywood and Dine.
So it was Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, and Goofy. I don't think Donald was there.
No,
on
we
this
didn't
one.
see Donald.
So, yeah, but the meal was fine. I don't have any footage of that, but it's not like a have to do. There are better reservations, and we haven't eaten at the new barbecue place there. Rodeo Roundup or whatever it is.
But that doesn't seem to get great reviews either.
No,
so.
but it's fine from what I'm hearing. But anyway, so the meal was fine. The waiter was very friendly, and service was good, meeting the characters.
For those that don't know, Hollywood and Vine is a buffet. So it's kind of your standard buffet fare. There's nothing really special or different than other buffets.
And then from there, we just kind of wandered around the park a bit. We wanted to see Toy Story Land at night, which we got a chance to see, so you'll see footage there.
And that was really our main point of heading back to Hollywood Studios that night is that was kind of one on their bucket list for this trip, to go to Hollywood Studios and see Toy Story Land at night.
And we had hoped to be able to get on the Slinky Dog, because of the rain, it never reopened.
Yeah, it was closed all night.
So it was closed the rest of the night.
And I think it was pretty busy that night because they were having some kind of DVC moonlight thing.
Yeah.
I think if we had gone to Hollywood Studios after the rain and there wasn't a nighttime event happening, it would have been dead. And we probably could have done a lot more than what we actually did.
Yeah, it was like a Moonlight Madness or something.
Yeah, so all of the people coming for the party were getting there,
right,
7 o'clock-ish.
And so they were obviously all flocking to Galaxy's Edge.
Right.
But Joelle did get the popcorn she wanted.
Katsakas.
Yeah, Katsakas, which is the spicy sweet, whatever it is, popcorn. Then we got in line for Rise of the Resistance, and it was incredible because it was posted at like 70 minutes.
And that was the one thing we didn't get to do
right.
when we spent the day at Hollywood Studios. And so we're like, it's the one thing we want to do. Nothing else is really open.
Yep.
So we'll just get in line and we'll wait, even if it's a long line.
And it was 20 minutes.
Yep.
Right around there.
We it was walking through the queue. If you've been there, the queue is like the longest queue ever.
Right.
So it was mostly just walking through.
Yeah, and so that was like the 3rd or 4th time we've been on that ride, and it's just an enjoyable ride. Up until this trip, it was probably one of our favorites, if not our favorite ride. But unfortunately, well, maybe not unfortunately, but Guardians of the Galaxy just blew it out of the water.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's just a fun ride. But it goes to show that you can't always rely on the wait times, and sometimes it's just a lot shorter than what's posted. Then I think that was about it. I'm
pretty sure we headed out for a relatively early night. We were back to the hotel room by 9, I think.
Right.
Maybe even a little bit earlier.
Much earlier than
the other night.
The buses or the Fantasmic got out and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was, Stuart wanted to get out before Fantasmic got out.
Yeah, and so, I think we pretty much just ride-wise, we did Rise of the Resistance, and that was it.
Yeah, and we had already done everything else that we wanted to do at Hollywood Studios the previous day we were there. So, yeah, we were pretty happy with how the night went.
Yeah, and then the next day was our last day, and we didn't do a whole lot. We went to Boma for breakfast.
And while they did have some stuff that was like African fare and stuff like that, it was pretty much your standard Disney buffet.
I would say it's one notch up from your standard Disney breakfast buffet. We have done Boma for dinner, and I think we would definitely recommend dinner over breakfast.
Because a lot of stuff is your typical eggs, waffles, bacon, sausage, stuff like that. But like I said, they do have some of their like African dishes that are available there for the morning.
Yeah, and some things just that were familiar to us, but seasoned with those African spices.
But if you're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge or wherever that is,
Animal Kingdom Lodge.
It's definitely worth going to for breakfast.
And I think the nice thing about if you want to experience those restaurants, breakfast is always cheaper than going for lunch or dinner. So it's a great way to save a little money while still getting to do those fancier restaurants.
Yeah, but Boma's just a good restaurant.
Yep.
We'd recommend it no matter when you go. And then we headed out for Magic Kingdom for our last morning.
We had originally had Hollywood Studios for our Park Pass reservation, but we had spent so much time there already over the last couple days that we swapped it to Magic Kingdom and went there for the morning.
Yeah, and so we really didn't do much of anything at Magic Kingdom that morning. I don't even remember if we went on Haunted Mansion or what we did that morning. I think we did ride, oh shoot, it just escaped me. Big Thunder Mountain one more time, and then we may have done Haunted Mansion once. I don't remember.
We had about a 4 or 5 hour drive from there to Savannah, Georgia that day. So we left a little bit earlier than we had originally planned on, just because, you know, it was a jam-packed 4 days of a Disney trip where we were cramming everything in that we could. And so we were ready, I think. Stuart was especially ready to get on the road, and I was happy with everything that we had accomplished. And so we headed out from there.
Yeah, and that was it. So that's the end of this trip that we took back in May of 2023. So I guess we'll give just overall thoughts, impressions, whatever at this point for the trip.
Yeah. I thought that it was, May I think is a nice time to go. I think it would have been maybe the end of April. It got hot. It was hot.
Yeah.
And so I think I would never go to Disney in like June, July, and August. That would be
especially
insane.
This year where it sounds like in July especially they were hitting 115, 120 with the humidity, and so it was just, May was hot enough for us.
Yeah, as far as the weather goes. But what I enjoyed a lot about this trip is that we tried a lot of new things.
We did,
and that was kind of our goal on this trip, where we had some different bucket list items that we wanted to do that we hadn't done before. So like doing Big Thunder Mountain and a few other rides that we had, Guardians of the Galaxy, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, all of those we hadn't done before. So those were some things we wanted to try new. Via Napoli is a restaurant we hadn't been to before. And so I think I really liked that we made that our goal this trip, was to try new things. I also really enjoyed, I know Stuart didn't love it, but I enjoyed trying out Genie Plus and just seeing how that works after watching videos on YouTube about it and stuff. And I would do it again. Since
we've been there, they've rolled out another branch of Genie Plus, which is just stupid.
Well, it's per park pricing.
It's per park pricing now. But they still offer the overall, which is going to be basically the same price as whatever Magic Kingdom is. So it doesn't make any sense if you're going to do it to just get Magic Kingdom. If that's your day, just get the overall, and you can park hop if you've got
only
park
if
hopper.
you have park hoppers.
But yeah, I'm still not convinced that it's a money.
I don't think it's necessary for every day of your trip. I think you don't need it for Epcot. I don't think you need it for Animal Kingdom.
Right.
What I would do is I would buy it on the day that I'm starting in Magic Kingdom and ending in Hollywood Studios. Like if we were park hopping and we were spending a morning in Magic Kingdom and an evening in Hollywood Studios, I would buy it for that day, because I think you can stack lightning lanes for later in the day at the long lines at Hollywood Studios, like Slinky Dog Dash and
Mickey and Minnie and stuff
Railway
like that.
and all of those.
Ratatouille,
Well, Ratatouille's in Epcot.
Oh, that's Epcot.
But I would, and then there's so many to get at Magic Kingdom that you could get those ones that get long lines there too, like Jungle Cruise and the ones that you want to go on. Haunted Mansion never gets a super long line. Peter Pan's Flight, if that's the thing you want to do. But that would be the day that I would buy Genie Plus, Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. And just doing the individual lightning lane too for Guardians of the Galaxy, it was really fun to be able to ride that ride twice with like literally zero wait. Because we got such an early boarding group, we got boarding group 8.
Right.
We were called, like our boarding group was called before the park even opened.
Right.
It was called during the early morning extra hours. So
Epcot technically opened at 9, we were in at 8:30, and our boarding group was called almost as soon as we entered.
yep, we had it basically right to
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. So we got on for our virtual queue. There was no wait because we were one of the first groups called. And then the lightning lane, there's not much of a wait for that because you paid for it, so you're paying to skip the line.
Right.
So I thought that worked out like almost perfectly. And I think we did a really good job of not really going crazy with souvenirs
Yeah.
or spending. This was kind of like a last minute trip that we had planned, and I had worn Stuart down to go because we already had, spoiler alert, the trip coming up in October had already been planned and was being worked on. And so this was kind of like a last minute, oh, we could do this real quick and do it more inexpensively. And I think it was just as fun as the trip you would spend more money on.
The downside is Joel got psychotic and
I know.
acted like...
Because it was such a short trip, we're used to going for like
Yeah.
7 or 8 days, and because this was really just 3 full days and a half day, I was like, we gotta get everything in. Even, I don't know why I got that way, because I know we're going back in a couple months, but I don't know, when you're there, you just want to cram as much in as you can.
You go
I want to
psychotic.
cram as much
You
in
go
as I can.
psychotic is what you do.
Oh, but you still love me, right?
I do. I do still love you, and I didn't force you to cancel our October trip, so...
You wouldn't have done that. You know how much I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it was good to try out all the different things we hadn't. And in most of the cases, it was worth it. I will never do Fantasmic again, at least not at like the 9 p.m. showing.
Yeah, I think
I
if we
would-
were to do it again, we would only go if there were 2 showings and to the later show.
To the later show when there were less people and
I
that.
also would not have gone in as early as we did.
No.
There was no, and maybe when it's like a busy time of year, you have to go in that hour before the show starts. But we went in an hour-ish, maybe a little bit longer before the show starts, and so you just sit there. The benches are uncomfortable. You know, people are noisy and annoying. And we could have gotten a seat 15 minutes before it started and been just fine.
Yeah, and I do have to take into account that Fantasmic was newly returned when we went. Like, I think it had only been back for a month, maybe. I forget exactly the timeline. So it was still, like, people were still excited to get back to see it. But yeah, I wouldn't wait as long as we did to watch it. And I certainly wouldn't go to a 9 p.m. showing with 8,000 people, so.
Yeah, the leaving was, and maybe I wouldn't leave with the crowds. Like maybe I would stay in my seat and just wait for the mass of people to leave and then leave a little bit after them if you can.
Yeah.
So you're not in the middle of this big mass of people pushing towards a really tiny exit. Yeah.
Bottlenecking your way. But yeah, I mean, Expedition Everest was fun to try out. Big Thunder Mountain was fun to try out. Guardians was great. And then we still got to do all the stuff we usually do. So the Haunted Mansion and Grand Fiesta Tour, which you saw video footage earlier. Figment, all that stuff.
We did get to try some of the flower and garden stuff. I wish we would have spent a little bit more time at Epcot this trip because we really didn't get to fully experience it. But the topiaries were really fun. The food we got to try was really fun. But we didn't, but let me start that over. When we go on trips, we normally spend a lot of time at Epcot. That's kind of the park we gravitate towards, especially when there's festivals. And we didn't do that this trip because it was such a shorter trip. And I maybe wish we would have spent another afternoon there as opposed to at another park.
Yeah, and we were subjected to the heat again. You can only eat so much when there's heat.
Yeah, that's true.
We got about halfway around World Showcase with foods, as you saw, and really didn't do anything on the other half. So, but that's all right. You don't have to do everything.
Yeah.
So,
I think that Disney, when you go, and if you go with the mindset that I have to get everything done, kind of like I did,
like you did.
you're always going to be disappointed because you can't do everything in one trip. It's just not possible. You can't do everything in 3 or 4 trips, I think, really. You kind of have to chip away at it over time.
Right.
So I think we see this online all the time, and I think they're right. You kind of have to pick the 2 or 3 things you really want to do in each part. And then if you get to do more than that, it's just a bonus.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So I think we will wrap this up now. Because I think once this gets in, this video is going to be like 30 or 40 minutes. So it's quite a lengthy video. But Joelle is going to be putting together her expectation versus reality video that we still have. And then that'll be like the final video of...
Yeah, so if you guys didn't watch my packing video, the first video of all this Disney footage.
About 6 months ago.
I know. What I kind of explained it in there, but one of the YouTubers that I like to watch, Blair Lamb, she has done this on her Disney trips, and she will sit down before the trip and kind of go over what they expect to do each day and record that, and then when they get back, she'll record what they actually did each day, and they kind of like splice them together, so you talk about each day what you thought you were going to do and then what you actually did. And it's just nice to see, you know, how plans really work out well sometimes and how they don't, and how you can change things on the fly and still have a really good time. And so that's kind of what my plan is for that video. And then also we do, like I mentioned before, have another trip coming up in October. So if you want to see some more Disney footage from then, we will be there during Halloween. We are going to a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, which is a first for us. It's something we've never done that I'm really excited to do. And we are going with another couple, so there'll be 4 of us, which you'll get to see a little bit of kind of different setup, different vibe. And our plan is to record on that trip and put those vlogs up as well. And we are going for a little bit longer. We're actually going to be there for 8 or 9 days. So we'll have hopefully a lot of stuff to share with you guys. So if you are looking forward to that and want to see that, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell for when those videos start coming out in a couple months.
Right. And just kind of a, I don't know if this is appropriate here or not, just a life update.
Yeah.
When you see those videos, it's going to have a bit of a different background because we are in the process of moving. We've been in Pennsylvania for the last 14 years. And when we do those videos, we'll actually be up in Buffalo. So yeah, a bit of a life transition is taking place there. And so we're hoping that as we make this transition, more time is going to open up, more videos will be posted. Joelle and her mom have some crazy ideas that they think they're gonna do.
Yeah, we might start a new channel where it's the 2 of us, and so if you want to see some fun mother-daughter dynamic recipes,
depends on what fun is for you, but
fun. We'll link that to our channel whenever it happens.
When and if it happens, yeah. So just keep an update on that, and we will keep you posted as much as we can. So I would say sorry for the break in, but we're so inconsistent with video posting, but that's all right. But yeah, eventually you'll start seeing some different backgrounds and things that are happening just as we transition.
Exciting stuff.
So, all right, with that, we're gonna sign off. Joelle already did the like, comment, subscribe stuff. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and we will catch you in the next video, which should be Joelle's expectation versus reality video.
You gonna join me in that video?
Probably not.
Just me.
Just her. So, all right, so thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.